Police are still searching for the gunman in the deadly shooting at Brown University. Late last night, officials said they're releasing the person of interest who they detained. At least 2 students are dead and 9 others injured. The shooter broke into a final exam review session on Saturday with a gun.
I'm hurt, I'm sad, and confused because Brown is my home, and our community has been shaken. Our community is not whole anymore.
Hundreds of people gathered at a vigil for the victims last night, just trying to process what happened. The violence renewed calls from lawmakers, including Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed, to act on gun reform.
These incidents are taking place too often. We reached a point where we're afraid that, someone's going to break into every school in America and start opening fire. Unfortunately, it's happened. So we have to do much more.
CBS News' Jared Hill joins us now from Providence, Rhode Island, as Jared covers this investigation. Jared, good morning. What do we know this morning about what happened?
Errol, this is something that people did not expect to wake up to. Investigators said they had some evidence, some tips pointing to a person of interest. Now that person of interest released after they say the evidence sent them in a different direction, leading this investigation back to the drawing board.
A new twist in the investigation into Saturday's deadly shooting at Brown University. Late Sunday, authorities announced the person of interest they had detained was released.
Certainly there was some degree of evidence that pointed to this individual, but that evidence needed to be corroborated and confirmed. That evidence now points in a different direction.
Police say they're still searching for whoever is in this video, a person wearing all black, calmly walking away from the scene.
We're going to work extremely hard to bring that person that's responsible for these acts to justice.
The deadly shooting happened Saturday afternoon. Chaos after authorities say a shooter fired dozens of rounds inside a university building during a final exam review session.
We just heard 5 shots ring out, and we didn't really know what it was at first. We got out of our seats when we heard a stampede run by, and then some kids went to check the hallway and no one was there, so we ran outside.
In this video, you see police rushing into a library where students had sheltered in place. Brown University freshman Kamari Mans says his roommate was one of the 2 people killed in the attack, 9 others injured.
Brown's grieving, I'm grieving. The loss of him will be felt throughout this community.
Sunday night, a moment to celebrate the holidays, became a chance to search for peace as investigators call for patience in their search for justice.
Authorities say that there is still no immediate threat to the Brown or local communities. They're asking for any tips that anyone might have that can help them to find that person in that video. And Errol, one of the things that struck me in the press conference yesterday is investigators saying that they've heard from students that they're training in active shooter drills in high school, in elementary school, and middle school, help prepare them for what happened this past weekend, which is really kind of heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah, all too common. Jared, thank you very much. Rodney Harrison joins us now. He's a former Suffolk County Police Commissioner and a CBS News law enforcement analyst. Good morning, Rodney. It's pretty alarming that they had one person of interest detained. They've been released. How concerning should this be for people? How did investigators get that initial decision wrong, and what do they do now?
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a concern regarding the transparency and, just not getting the community involved to share exactly what's going on with the investigation, the individual that he had involved, what he say in custody, and now that he's being released, is Providence safe right now? Who are we looking for? What was the direction of flight? There's a lot of questions that need to be shared with the community because the more eyes that are involved with the investigation, the more help can bring somebody into justice. So, listen, I know that these investigations, sometimes you can't share every little involvement with the case, but this is a situation where I think people will need to know a lot more. Is there a common denominator with the victims? Are they from a certain religious or race group? There's a lot of questions that still need to be shared to help the investigation go forward.
Well, I appreciate you touching on your concern over transparency, because even at this moment, we're still within the first 48 hours of this crime, and it makes the public doubt investigators' decisions if they have to release someone they detain. So how quickly might they move now to update the public on every step of progress?
I want to believe that they'll move a lot more faster going forward, knowing that there's somebody still unknown. Once again, is this, we see some type of video of an individual wearing all black leaving the location. Any of the witnesses involved, were they able to identify the person while the shooting occurred? How much was he covered up? Once again, is this, you take a look at the case with Luigi Mangione, just getting the community involved, and now a situation where he was identified out of state is going to help with a nationwide search for the individual. So the more transparency, the better off the investigation, and more people will be able to help out bring this person into justice.
Yeah, really important point. Rodney Harrison, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Thanks for your time.